Hi, I'm going to be showing how I made my button and a latch to go around it. I'm using my new Ocean Waves bag to do that. I'll link the pattern in the description as well, okay? As for materials, you're going to need a crochet hook, button, sewing needle, and a piece of thread. You could also use yarn that matches with whatever you're putting your button on, but for now I'm just going to use this bright red, that way you can see it a little better, okay? So you won't need that much thread. Make sure you put your button in the middle where you want it, okay? Because if you're like putting your sewing needle up here and then trying to put it in your button, it's gonna move slightly over to wherever you put your needle, okay? So I'm putting it inside the needle. That was surprisingly easy. Usually it takes me a while. Okay, and I'm making sure it's in the middle. I'm keeping it with my thumb, okay? And I'm like not poking holes here and then moving it into there, into the hole in the button, but I'm trying to find a good space where it actually goes through in the button, okay? Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. And then just go in another button, okay? Make sure you're not moving it too much. And I only go back and forth 2 times, but if you want to secure it a little more, you can go through it multiple times. Okay, and I end with my thread being pulled from the back, okay? That way I'm not at the front trying to weave in my ends from the thread. I'm gonna cut excess thread I don't need, and I'm gonna tie the back together. And then I guess you could weave in your ends if you prefer, but I just cut them off. And I tie it like 3 or 4 times. And I only did it 2 times and it's still not that loose. Like, it holds together pretty well. Okay. And then I'm just gonna cut off the excess yarn or thread. Like I said, you could weave it in though. Okay, look at that. My button is fine. Okay, now for the back. Now I'm not gonna count. You can count and then see which one is in the middle, but just for this tutorial I'm going in the middle stitch, okay? And I'm gonna go through one of the stitches. Okay, I'm in the middle and I'm gonna go under the stitch, okay? I'm gonna take my yarn and I'm gonna yarn over and pull it through. All right, make sure there's a little tail here, okay? And then I'm gonna chain up. And you're gonna chain however many you need for it to go on the other side, loop around your button, and come back, okay? So I'm gonna do trial and error here and show you guys what I mean. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep chaining because I know it's not long enough yet. Okay, so this might be long enough. So I'm gonna go to the front and check, does it go around? Does it go around my button? Sorry if I'm going off frame, kinda. Okay, so it goes around my button. It's not too loose and it's not too tight right now. This is too big. You can tell it's too big, in my opinion. Like, I need to chain less, okay? Because it needs to be a little tighter. That way it won't just unhook from your button when you're done. All right, so I'm gonna check again to wrap around my button and come back where I started. I think this is the perfect size, actually. See, it's not too loose, it's not too tight, it keeps it closed. So now that I'm done with my chain, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slip stitch back into the first stitch, okay? So let me turn it upside down since we're working on the other side. I guess I'm going to go through that same stitch. I'm going to yarn over and I'm gonna pull through that one loop. I'm gonna slip stitch, okay? And then you can chain one and tie off, or you can just cut it and tie off, whichever one you prefer. Okay. I tie my two ends together after I've pulled them. Okay. So here goes the latch that I have for my button now. Alright, sorry. And this is for like people who want to make like iPad cases or little clutch purses. I also have another pattern that required this. I made this little bow bag. Here goes my button and my little latch, and it's not too loose or too tight. As you can see, I didn't weave in the ends for that one either, but like I went into the first stitch for this one. I didn't go around the stitch, I just went in the top of the stitch, and that's an option too. It's cute like that. Okay,